So I read Getting Libertarianism Right by Hans-Hermann Hoppe, and this book is a few good things about this book. For one, it's free online. You can get a free PDF version or an ebook version, which I will try to remember to leave in the description. I read that version. I think there's a paperback if you want to buy the physical copy, but that's a good benefit to there. Second, it's actually a collection of speeches. So again, not much for a book format, but if you want to listen to the speeches, those are available on YouTube as well. I checked. You can find each of the 4 speeches on YouTube. The only thing missing is the introduction. So right there, it's really easy to listen to and /read if you want to do that. And really cheap. Next, on to the actual content of the book. So Hans-Hermann Hoppe is very controversial, you could say, among libertarians. He's in the past he has had many more alt-right speakers, including Jared Taylor at his Property and Freedom Society. He's tends to be very culturally right-wing compared to a lot of the more mainstream libertarians. But overall, I find that I don't really disagree with him on that much. I actually really greatly respect him, and this book did not make my view of him any more negative at all. I really did enjoy the contents of this book, and I actually highly recommend it for 2 different groups of people. Again, if you're the average person, maybe not so much, but if you're a libertarian, I would read this book. I would recommend reading it, getting this viewpoint of exactly why Hoppe is uniting cultural conservatives or cultural conservatism and libertarianism on economics and politics. So I would recommend reading, especially because he does criticize left libertarians in the whole first section and in other points throughout the book. So in that sense, it's good to understand what his critiques are and from a libertarian perspective. So I do recommend that. It's also a short book. It's only about 130 pages. I read it in a day. It's surprisingly you can read through it pretty quickly. And on top of that, if you're a conservative and you don't consider yourself a libertarian, I would recommend reading this. Maybe you'll find that you agree with Hoppe on a surprising amount of things. You're like, oh, maybe you find him very convincing, because I do wholeheartedly believe that if you're a conservative and you want conservative culture, then you want to be libertarian on economics and politics. And the same thing is if you're a libertarian, if you want to maintain a free society, you kind of need to have a more right-wing, culturally conservative society or a culture that promotes a virtue and responsibility, or your society is going to collapse. So I think these 2 positions, you kind of need to maintain both of them at the same time to get either the free society or the cultural conservatism that you want. They both kind of influence one another positively. And that's kind of the argument he makes in this book in certain respects. So I would highly recommend it. I think Hoppe seems to be, if you're scared away by his political connections, I would say read this book and see what he says. I don't think he's a bad dude. If anything, he's the opposite. He's incredibly intelligent and seems like a good dude. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.